Yeah, the kitchen table is taking place at Glastonbury Assembly Rooms.
On Easter Sunday?
On Easter Sunday, on the High Street, and if you go to the website there, which is thekitchentable.tv, there is a Google...
The kitchen table
.tv, thekitchentable.tv. There's a web link to Google Maps. Will show you exactly where the High Street is. And
is it a free event?
It's a free event. There will be a magic hat being a hat which is like a donation box, which you're invited to contribute to, but you don't have to. And that money will go to the assembly rooms who have been kind enough to let us use that space without charging us any money. You know,
it's sounding like it's going to be an amazing day.
I think so, you know, and it's it's a day out in Glastonbury as well. It's not just sitting in a hall, you know. I mean, you can go out. There's cafes and there's the Abbey and so much going on.
There's always so much happening in Glastonbury, and this, Easter Sunday is going to be a busy day. So I'm sure that you're going to be getting some interesting people coming into the assembly rooms who just happen to be passing by and joining in the debate, which is a wonderful thing. They're actually able to come to Glastonbury and actually get really involved in a conversation here.
Yeah, there's no telling who comes. I mean, there's all kinds of people who come to Glastonbury too. From world famous people, to complete down and outs.
Yes.
And even down and outs have their story, right?
Sure.
I mean, everyone has something to say. And I think that's really important.
So
here we are.
Around the kitchen table.
Yeah.
Which is very appropriate.
Totally.
Given that are you hosting the kitchen table event, or you're organising it?
It's kind of a balance. It was initiated, the idea came from Positive TV, about having kitchen table, videoed kitchen table events all over the world in people's kitchens. And then people were maybe uploading them onto the Positive TV website.
Yeah.
So that inspired me to go ahead and do this mad craze. I can't do anything small, right? I couldn't just do it in my kitchen. I had to...
So this is in Glastonbury? In
Glastonbury, the epicentre for global transformation. On Easter Sunday, which is metaphorically a time for rebirth. Spring, new life.
So once people have peeled back the wrappers from their Easter eggs, are you hoping that they're going to mosey on down to the assembly rooms and join in the kitchen table debate?
Yeah, I'm hoping there'll be quite a good crowd there. It's set up in such a way that we have a table in the centre of the room around which people will sit looking at each other, surrounded by an audience. And so because they'll be talking to each other around the table, there won't be that self-consciousness of performing to an audience, or like question time when you're interacting with the audience, you're actually interacting with each other. And the kitchen table will be available to anybody who's there to come and join in the conversation.
So you haven't already chosen a panel of people that are going to be speaking?
No, it's just whoever wants to do it, basically. And the event will be broadcast over the internet, and wherever you are in the world, you'll be able to interact with the conversation. And the way it's set up is we're going to have a pot, and whatever anyone would like to be discussed, they can put it on a piece of paper and put it in the pot. And then
can that get added through the day? So when you're there, you think of a subject, you can just write that on a piece of paper and put that in the pot? Absolutely,
yes.
Great.
And also, if you want to, beforehand, email me at visiondance@infinitepossibility.org.
And that's Vision Dance with the Z in 2 places.
Yeah, if you go to the website, is thekitchentable.tv, and all the contact details will be on there, and that's where the event will be broadcast. And while it's being broadcast, if you want to interact with the conversation, you can send your messages. There'll be a board there, a Twitter board or a SMS board. We're not quite sure exactly quite how it's going to work yet, which will be on a screen, projected onto a screen, and you can interact with the discussion from wherever you are in the world.
So is it primarily Twitter that people are going to be using to communicate with you, or can people send in emails during the live event?
We can send in emails too, and also SMS, text messages.
Great.
I'm not quite sure exactly what the projection's going to be. I think it might be Twitter, and have a scroll, you know, like they had during the Iraq inquiry, and like they have on Big Brother, where people just Twitter in stuff and it just scrolls through. And then during the discussions, if we see something that, you know, these can add to the discussion, we can kind of like, well, look at that. John from Chicago has just decided that he would like to join in and say this. And what we would like is for everyone to have the opportunity to speak. Because what tends to happen in these situations, one or two people dominate the conversation. And so the way we're going to do that is we're going to have a timekeeper, and every 90 seconds, boom, your time is up, and the next person will have an opportunity to talk. And then after half an hour of talking, 30 minutes, we'll have a 5-minute summing up of what has taken place, hand in the pot, and pull out a new subject.
After half an hour?
After half an hour, yeah. And so we're going for about 7 hours, so it should be quite interesting.
That's an event.
It's great. I mean, come to Glastonbury and have a great afternoon in Glastonbury and drop in and, you know, and drop out. It's more, it's rather than just come for, you know, sit there and all that stuff. Just come and be relaxed about it. It's a kitchen table. It's down home, ordinary. Ordinary people. We're all experts. Every single one of us.
So people can. So anybody can join in.
Yeah.
Throughout the day, and if people are watching the live event, they can either send an email in or they can comment via Twitter. So can they actually join in the debate, or can they set a subject?
No, they would join in the debate.
Right.
That's in motion. But they can also suggest a subject, and we can drop it in the pot and see what comes out.
So what kind of subjects are you anticipating?
I have no idea. If they're local subjects, I'll encourage people to talk about them in global context.
Yeah.
You know, if we're talking about Hinkley Point and nuclear power station, let's talk about how that pertains to the global picture, because I want what happens to be of interest to people all over the world. Yeah. And everybody has local events, but they all kind of like, in a way, they're all part of the same story.
So you're going to be covering local events, but also sort of global issues as well. I mean, is there a theme to it? Are we looking at sort of sustainability and alternative ways of living, or it's literally the
I'm just
open playing field?
I'm leaving it as open as possible.
Yeah.
You know, somebody said to me, well, what's going to happen? You know, what's the plan?
Yeah.
And I said, well, if you look inside an acorn, you know there's an oak tree inside there, but you just have to trust that it's going to come, it's going to grow, and that's what I feel about this. I don't want to limit it with any ideas other than a certain structure that'll make it flow.
And so, given that it's an all-day event, is there a cafe open for people to get food and things throughout the day?
Well, what I'm encouraging people to do is to bring food and snacks to share. And there will be a bottomless coffee pot and tea pot. So, but as far as actually food, I was hoping the assembly rooms would have their restaurant open, but they're not going to. And I have been trying to get someone to cater it, but I haven't found anybody as yet.
Okay.
That could still happen, but I, because it's a kitchen table, you know, I'd rather than have things provided other than the coffee and the tea, you know, I'd rather it be more like a family thing. You know, if you've got, bring some carrots, bring some biscuits, you know, bring an apple, bring some nuts, and let's just put it out on the table and let people help themselves. Maybe we'll have pass the hat around and go out to the shop and buy a whole bunch of stuff and bring it in.
And after the event, what happens next?
Well, what we'll do is edit down. We're going to be filming everything with 4 or 5 cameras. So probably what we'll do is edit down into juicy pieces, 15 minutes, well maybe each discussion, 30-minute discussion, we'll just kind of put out as capsules. You know, if they seem like they're interesting, and then possibly that'll be part of something bigger. I don't know. I'd like this to be the beginning of this kind of an event, you know, because what I believe is that our culture is governed by the conversation we're having collectively, you know, and if we can bring new elements into that conversation, they can jiggle it, like microwave it in a way, just like you jiggle the atoms, the water molecules, and things get hot, you know, jiggle the conversation, and we can just kind of accelerate it all a little bit. And as this is going globally, who's telling it's Easter Sunday, you know, rebirth, Glastonbury, United Kingdom, you know. Who knows what could happen? You know, maybe we'll set off a tsunami of change that can just totally transform the global conversation from April the 4th onwards. And who knows? It's all possible.
So it's basically a chance for people to get together and to have a chat.
Yeah. Yeah, people come together, yeah, and talk about the things they're concerned about. You know, because that's you know, it's ordinary people talking about what concerns them, what concerns you, you know, and seeing other perspectives, other points of view, and allowing ourselves to actually receive other points of view, rather than just going arguing a point. You know, and then constantly kind of sitting on that. That's just, hey, this is what I've got to say. What have you got to say?
And so do the same. How many people is it that are sitting around the table?
I think 12 to 16. I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do those 12 to 16 stay seated for the whole day, or can they swap places with people? How does that work?
They can stay there all day if they want to, but if someone from the audience wants to join, and there's no space at the table, then we'll invite someone to yield their place.
Okay.
And if no one wants to, then we'll do something like draw straws or find some entertaining way to make a space for someone to join.
Great. Okay. So it's basically going to be a changing debate with different personalities and different points of view throughout the whole day. Yeah. Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah. So the whole day is based around the kitchen table and around the people that come to the table, bringing their opinions and their points of views and the things that they're concerned about and that they want to talk about, and with their ideas too for subjects that they'd like other people to talk about. Yeah, and the whole idea is to create a relaxed, ordinary situation for ordinary people, not a big stage to stand on with big lights, you know. So people can come along and just watch the event, so you don't actually have to join in if you don't like sort of talking in public, but you'd actually like a subject discussed. You can still come along, put your subject in the hat, and watch and observe. Yeah, it's kind of a mixture. It's a mixture of theatre. The theatre being like the kitchen table and observing it, and being part of it. It's a merging of theatre and discussion, really. And is somebody going to be actually hosting the event? So is there somebody that's going to be saying, okay, your time is up? And yeah, I'm going to, at least for a while, I'm going to chair it because I feel like I'm got a good idea of how I want it to go. And I think we'll have a separate timekeeper though. So. Okay. Yeah. If we can, it's all about personnel. If you want to come along and get involved on the production team, the more people we have involved, the more the event can sing and dance. So. Please contact me if you'd like to operate a camera, or make tea, or keep filling the bottomless coffee pot. Yes, or be a host and guide people around to their seats. You know, who just come in and don't know what's going on, explaining to them. And don't forget to bring an Easter egg, of course. Yeah, bring an Easter egg. That's a good idea. And anything else you want to bring. Yeah. So it's the idea then was created by Positive TV. The idea came out of Positive TV, but I've been looking on the web, and actually there have been kitchen table discussions from the 50s in America. It was a genre in the 50s, which I just kind of hooked into a little while ago. Wow. Yeah, so it's quite interesting that this is kind of... Have you found some old footage? No, but I'm going to, because I think that's quite nice that it has that that continuity. So, Brian, do you know the Twitter address yet that people would tweet into during the event? Okay. It's Kitchen Table TV. Okay, so it's the @ sign and then Kitchen Table TV. If you want to send your tweets in during the live event, you can actually then just comment on either what's happening in the discussion. I think that's it, isn't it? They can't suggest a subject. They can suggest it. They can suggest a subject. We'll put it in the pot. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We can have somebody there who's writing the ticket out and and putting it in the hat. Yes, it's about creating
having an opportunity to engage with the global conversation in some way that could actually make a difference in the way we are interacting with each other over issues.
Could be fireworks.
Could be. Who knows? It's a big unknown, really. It's quite an adventure.
Yeah.
I'm quite excited about it. Yeah.
So you'll be there.
I'll be there.
I'll be there. On Easter Sunday.
Easter Sunday. Tune in at 1 o'clock to thekitchentable.tv. www. It's very important because the other bit, it doesn't work without the www for some reason. www.kitchentable.tv.
Okay.
And it will be broadcast there.
Okay. And so it starts at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Easter Sunday. It's on Glastonbury High Street, so it's super easy to find. And goes on till about 8 o'clock in the evening?
8 o'clock is what I told them.
8 o'clock in the evening. So come along. You can either join in or just sit back and watch what's happening and get a taste of the real Glastonbury.
Brilliant.
Super.
Cool. Thank you, Natalie.
You're very welcome.